Hello, Shae
Shae.
here with Business Unscripted, and I am here with Jessica Leffers. She's going to talk to us a little bit about the company that she works for, and she's originally from Humphrey, Nebraska, so not far from here, and has been in Columbus for how long?
Oh, 22, 23 years.
Okay, so quite a while then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what brought you to Columbus?
I went to Platt, and then when I
Oh.
moved in with my grandpa while I was going to school, so
Yeah.
that's how I ended up here.
Okay.
Stuck around.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what did you go to school for?
I originally started out in nursing.
I did too.
You did?
I did it for a year, and then I realized I had to draw blood, and that was not my thing.
And I felt like it wasn't the right fit. I got like super emotionally attached because I worked at the nursing home at the time.
Yes.
So then I ended up just with a business degree for the time being.
That's quite a difference. Go from nursing to business.
Right.
It's like a safety net kind of thing. But
yes.
yeah, no, I did nursing for about a year, and
Okay.
I did CNA, and again, yeah, I got really attached. But yeah, as soon as we had to draw blood, I was like, nope. I don't know why don't know why I didn't think about that in advance. But so tell me about what you do currently and where you work.
Currently work at Superior Industries. I do human resources and safety there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what does the company do? What do you guys specialize in?
So we are a conveying company for sand and gravel. Specifically in Columbus, we're known as the washing division. So we do wash tanks, classifying tanks, agri-dries, portable plants, and screens are primarily what we do.
I'm going to stop you real quick because I don't really know what that means, to be honest. So I'm guessing that anybody listening. Okay. So maybe go into a little bit more detail on what that is.
I would say that the best way to describe it is like the quarries that you see, or highway projects. So as they expand highways, you'll see some of our equipment along there just because it's helping with the crushing and the washing of creating the cement.
So you have to wash the rocks before it gets laid down?
Yep, and then there's a sorting process or whatever that will sort the rocks as well. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, so there's a lot more to street expansions than what most people know.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I even get it all, but it's very expansive, big equipment. So
yes,
definitely is interesting for sure.
I'm sure. And then did you say you do some of the coordinating with all of that, or mainly just the human resources and safety?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you do a lot of the hiring and just making sure that people are in the right position and in the right place on where they need to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Do all of the recruiting for Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yes.
Okay.
Our site.
Yep.
Yeah, essentially. And so and we hire frequently, or we are trying to. I think like everyone else, we struggle because there's always just a shortage. But that's the main focus. And then safety obviously is just making sure we're meeting our OSHA requirements, but also making sure that everyone goes home safely.
Yeah, and I'm sure OSHA has probably changed over the years too.
They have.
So just keeping up with that, is that kind of something that you have to do as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you said that this company is a family owned, right? But not locally, but it is family owned. So kind of tell me where it got started and how it got started and when.
So it started I don't know when it originally started, but 1972 is where the Superior side started. And it's the Schmidgall family. And then it actually sold at one point down the road, and then investors, which is part of these Schmidgalls, bought it back.
Wow.
So it's still maintained within the family. There's
That's
a lot
cool.
of family that works up there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice.
And you said Minnesota?
Yep. Morris, Minnesota.
Yep. Now, is it anywhere else outside Minnesota and Nebraska?
Arizona and Prescott.
Wow.
And here in Nebraska. And then the Westmore side of things, they have different locations as well, which is our sister company. I
love hearing stories of family owned businesses, and then especially growing, but being able to grow and get into other states. That's huge. You know, that's amazing to hear. And I love hearing those sort of success stories. So they came to Nebraska, you said, in 2014. Mm-hmm. And so how long have you been with the company?
I've been there since 2015.
2015. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then have you been doing the same thing ever since?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you feel is your biggest hurdle when it comes to your position?
Probably just the hiring. Obviously the recruiting, finding the right people, getting people to, I guess, hear about Superior. I mean, we are a smaller company to probably most of Columbus compared to some of the bigger corporations that are out there. So that's been challenging.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah. I would say that would probably be the biggest struggle for almost any company, just in general, because one, especially now, because I don't know, people don't want to work. I'm not sure what it is.
Right.
But especially now, and then just finding the right people, because I always think you want to be slow to hire but quick to fire, because you can't keep somebody who's kind of a poison, maybe to other employees, but just to the company in general, and then finding that right person, because it costs money to onboard people, and that's scary in itself, you know. So I'm sure that's something that you have to be cognizant of when you're hiring. What do you feel has been the most successful when it comes to hiring?
I feel just getting to know the people, obviously, and establishing those relationships with them and getting to know them outside of work. They get married or they have children, or, all those things that are just fun to get to know them, and how truly hard they actually work.
Yes.
Is definitely something to be, I guess, proud of them for, and, us as a team.
So they came to Nebraska in 2014 and you started in 15. How many employees do you guys have?
We have around 62 right now.
Okay.
I think when I started, we had around 25 to 30. So
wow,
we've kind of doubled.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, do you do more locations? I mean, do you do projects in more than one location at a time then? Is that why you've had to grow so much?
We're growing by nature, I think, just with the industry. And the washing side of things is new for Superior, because prior to Superior, it was Greystone here in Columbus. And that was like another realm that Superior wasn't doing at the time. So that's,
and it was what?
Greystone Industries or Greystone?
Oh, okay. The business was called? Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And that was something that Superior didn't do? And what do you mean by that?
So they just added another notch to what they do as far as the conveying side of things. So like there wasn't a washing division when it was before Greystone or whatever.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So if somebody's listening to this, who is your demographic that you are advertising, not for employees, but your demographic on who you are trying to get to hire you guys for a job? Is it like bigger companies? Is it individuals? Is it the state? What, I guess, kind of give me insight on what that is.
I don't even know if I know the exact answer for that. We do have there's like a deal, like there are dealers in between. So like we have dealers that promote our products to the final customer, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So a lot of times, those are the people that are coming to our facility to do we call it a washing school or a screen school. And they're learning about our products, and then they go out and, try to sell them to our customers.
Distribute them. And is that the primarily how you guys get your jobs and your businesses is through them? So you don't kind of do your own self-promoting. You just have like distributors who would go out and then do it?
Other than our advertising, but more of that is probably for, hiring purposes, obviously.
Yeah. Getting people onboarded and stuff like that. Yeah. That makes sense. So how has COVID affected you guys throughout the last almost 2 years, as crazy as that is?
Yeah, I know. Isn't it nuts? I feel like we've struggled at times just because people have gotten sick. Obviously, there have been a couple patches in there where we've been short, and people have been out. So that's been, obviously it's been struggling. I think like everyone, you're trying to implement more cleanliness, more cleaning sessions in the break rooms, the restrooms and such, and hand sanitizers everywhere and all those things. So yeah, it's definitely been a challenge for us for sure.
Yeah. Especially with 62 employees. If you have somebody get sick, they have to quarantine and I'm sure it's hard to keep up with, on top of trying to do your job and doing it right.
Yeah.
Because that's such a big struggle. Because I remember when it all first happened, I'm like, how is everybody implementing all these rules and regulations? Like, don't you have to focus on your business and building your business and, I don't know, keep it going and surviving, on top of everything else that you have to be cautious
worried
of?
About, yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's a battle. It's a battle. So how many office people do you guys have then?
So we have an engineering department, which is probably, I should know these numbers off the top of my head, but I don't. There's probably about 10 of them. So we have about 10 engineers. We have a production manager. We have a production support specialist. and then we have me and our assistant production manager and we're in quality, I guess. So
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So yeah, like, I mean, I didn't know much about Superior, honestly, at all.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know. I think there's just a lot more businesses in Columbus than what most people even realize, you know. I really do. And I love the small business, the family owned, the locally owned. So now when it came to Columbus, did somebody here have to locally like purchase the franchise kind of thing, or was it something that they're like, nope, we want to get into this market because we see that there's a need, and they just started building it from there? Do you have any idea how that all panned out?
No, I know that they had come down to visit as far as like a group of people from there and really liked it and made an offer, and that's all I know basically.
So is there anybody in Columbus who's basically like a direct competition to you guys?
I don't know if you've ever heard of Terex. I think they're out of like South Dakota, or up north in that area, but they're a big competitor.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you have to be licensed in certain states to be able to do that or do the work that you guys do?
No, not necessarily. We do try to comply with the MSHA, which is the mining OSHA, basically. With some of our service teams when we go out to the field, and like if we have to repair something, or sometimes we help with installs and stuff, so we do comply with that as well.
Do you go out to the field then?
I don't specifically.
You don't? Okay, so what sort of safety do you kind of regulate then?
As far as internally?
Well, you said that you do human resources and safety. So what is the safety side of your job or position?
So basically I train on all of like OSHA regulations. So like overhead crane training, forklift training, bloodborne pathogens. There's some first aid stuff.
That's one extreme to the next. Holy moly.
Tag out. Yeah, like all of those things. So there's a whole new hire list of stuff that we do for all of our new hires. And then obviously we do the regulatory training on a quarterly basis. So
yeah, that's definitely one extreme to the next. Forklift training to blood. You can do it all, everything in between. That's funny.
It definitely keeps me rolling. That's
for sure. I would say. I'm sure that's a lot to keep up with in addition to HR and probably kind of counseling people-ish, maybe. You know, I mean, if people come, and if people come to you with problems, and I'm sure that's always probably the funnest part of your job. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I love it though. I mean, those people are so great. It's always nice to be able to help them out when you can. Yeah.
So if somebody's listening to this and they hear, about your company and what you guys do, can they contact you directly, whether it's for hiring purposes or mainly for jobs, or for you to come out and do everything that you guys do? Or is it more so you still go directly through the dispatcher?
We prefer anything really at this point. So like if someone has any questions, they're more than welcome to call. If they want to come out for a tour, they're more than welcome to do that. We have our website where that's where you would go to apply, workatsuperior.com.
What is the website?
Workatsuperior.com.
Workatsuperior.com. Okay.
So it has all of our listings, our job listings, as far as here in Columbus, but also at other sites as well. Like
out of state too? Okay. So it's all kind of on one location. So what is your phone number then here in Columbus?
402-564-9505.
And then where are you guys located? Like your office?
We're at 3330 East 23rd Street.
Okay.
Just east of Dickie Doodles, I guess.
Yeah,
kind of right
on the main drag. Oh, okay. Yes.
I mean, we're right on the north side of the road.
Yeah, there's just so many more businesses that we don't even realize, and it's in an obvious location. Maybe people aren't as tunnel vision as I am when I drive, but
I'm totally tunnel vision for sure.
Oh yeah. My husband would be like waving at me driving by, and I'm like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. So, okay, no, that's awesome. And then do you guys have like an email if anybody wanted to reach out to you guys at all?
Jessica.leffers@superior-ind.com.
Okay.
My email.
Okay. Well, so in the description and stuff, we'll add in some of the contact information, like the website. And so if you guys, so if anybody wants to get a hold of you, whether it's for hiring purposes, I guess, what are some positions that you're hiring for right now?
Mainly welders, primarily, brake press operator, assemblers, right at the moment. So yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, so if anybody's listening and you're a welder, reach out to Jessica, right?
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, Shae. I appreciate it.
And kind of getting the name out there for your business. And I look forward to seeing you guys grow too. I mean, you've grown substantially, over the past few years, and I'm sure it'll be even more so. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All righty.
All right.